Hello guys, this is Mystery143. So for today's video, we're going to have the linear measurements, finding the perimeter and finding the circumference. Measurement is used in many things that you do every day. You measure the lengths of pieces of cloth that you buy in the store, the length of your skirt or your pants. You want to maintain your figure, so you measure your waistline. You might also want to measure or estimate the distance between two places you want to visit. So, ilan lamang ito sa kahalagahan, kaya ginagamit natin sa pang-araw-araw ang measurement. You will find computing the perimeter and circumference of varying geometric shapes useful in your day-to-day activities. What will you learn from this? In this presentation, you will learn more about linear measurements. You will also learn how to determine the perimeter of polygons and circles. More importantly, you will be able to use your knowledge of measurements in everyday life situations. So let's see what you already know. Before you start reading this, answer the first question that follow to determine how much you already know the topics to be discussed. So we have here, identify the figures on the next page by writing your answers on the lines provided. The words below will help you find the answers. So we have here the square, rectangle, pentagon, hexagon, octagon, and triangle. So meron tayong, sa next page, meron tayong mga makikita na mga figure na kung saan dito natin kukunin yung mga sagot. Okay, so feel free to post and answer the activity. So ito yung mga figures. These are the figures we have. 1 to 6. The first one, or square, the second one is rectangle. The third one is pentagon. Then the fourth, triangle. Then hexagon and octagon. So yun yung mga figure natin. Another activity, we have fill in the blanks, 1 to 5. A meter is blank than a kilometer. So there are blank centimeters in 1 meter. A yard is blank than a meter. My height in centimeters is blank. Draw a rectangle 3 cm wide and 6 cm long. So number 1, a meter is blank than a kilometer. What do you think the answer? Okay, shorter. A meter is shorter than kilometer. Number 2, there are blank centimeters in 1 meter. Okay, 100 centimeter yung sagot. A yard is blank than a meter. Okay, so yard is shorter than meter. My height in centimeters is blank. So, depende kung ano yung height nyo. So, number 5, draw a rectangle. Okay, 3 centimeters wide and 6 centimeters long. So, depende rin sa inyong drawing, kung drawing ng rectangle. So, if all your answers are correct, very good. This shows that you already know much about the topics in the presentation. You may still study the module to review what you already know. Who knows, you might learn a few more new things as well. If you got a low score, don't feel bad. This means that this lesson is for you. It will help you understand some important concepts that you can apply in your daily life. If you read this lesson carefully, you will learn the answers to all the items in the test and a lot more. Okay, linear measurement. In this lesson, you will do some practical exercises and measuring objects using different metric units, such as the meter, centimeter, and kilometer. You will be converting standard units to larger units and vice versa. You will also identify probably some indigenous units of measurement that are still used in rural areas. You probably love to travel and visit the interesting places. In this lesson, you will do exercise in estimating the distance between two places. So, ginagamit tong linear measurement. So, dito na, we have the Let's try this. How tall are you? So, gaano ka ba katangkad? Work with a friend or a member of your family. So, feel free to do this with your friend or one of the member of your family. So, get a ruler or measuring tape. Then, make an improvised height scale against a wall in your home. So, use centimeter as your unit. Number 1, measure the height of your partner. Number 2, what is his or her height in centimeters? Number 3, how about you? What is your height in centimeters? Record it in your notebook. Number 4, who is taller? By how many centimeters? When you use the centimeter as your unit of measurement, you are using the metric system. When you use yards, feet, and inches, you are using the English system. Okay, so again, remember, yards, feet, and inches are English system, and centimeter as unit of measurement is the metric system. Centimeter, meter, and kilometer. So, yun ay mga kabilang sa metric system. So, let's learn. Study the table below. We have the value. 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Kaya nang ginawa, sagot natin kanina, 1 meter is 10 decimeters. 1 decimeter is 10 centimeters. And 1 kilometer is equivalent of 1,000 meters. Using the table, convert the following measurements. Number 1. So, 1/2 meter is how many centimeter? 1 and 1/2 meter is how many centimeter again? Number 3, 500 meters is equal to how many kilometer? 20 decimeter is equal to how many meter? And number 5, 20 centimeters is equal to how many decimeter? Okay, so feel free to answer. Post this video. Okay, so you will see in the table that the symbol for meter is M. Of course, tandaan natin yung mga symbol. For centimeter is cm, for the decimeter is dm, and for kilometer is km. Compare your answers with mine. So, ito yung mga sagot natin. We have number 1, 50 centimeters. 2, 150 centimeters. 3 is 1/2 kilometer. 4, 2 meters. And 5, 2 decimeters. Yung sagot natin kanina. So, compare your answer. Tingnan nyo kung tama rin ang mga sagot nyo. So, in some stores, yards, feet, and inches are still used in units of length. There are approximately 90 centimeters in 1 yard and 30 centimeters in 1 foot. In remote areas where meter stick is not available, okay, what do people use to measure objects? Have you heard people say such words, dangkal, dipa, and hakbang? These are called indigenous units of measurements. Again, these are called the indigenous units of measurement. Are measurements using these units precise? Why? The dangkal, dipa, and hakbang are not precise units of measurements. So, bakit nga ba? The result depend on how long the feet and fingers of the person doing the measurements are. Of course, diba? Kasi magkakaiba ang kamay o paa ng isang tao. Hence, measurements using this as units usually vary and cannot be precise. Most of the time, they are not accurate either. Let's learn. Do you know why the meter is the standard unit of measurement in the Philippines? In 1978, Batas Pambansa Bilang 8 was issued prescribing the use of the metric system in all transactions, contract, documents, business, or trade. The metric system is easy to use since the units are in multiple of 10. You will notice that the kilometer is used for measuring distances, while the meter is used for measuring fabrics, plastic, ropes, and other similar items. Your height is measured either in meters or in centimeters. Let's try this. The base unit of length of the metric system is the meter. All other metric units of length are derived from the meter. So, get a meter stick, ruler, or measuring tape, then answer the following. So, we have here 4 questions. What smaller units of measurement can you find in the meter stick, ruler, or measuring tape? Number 2, how many centimeters are there in 1 meter? How many millimeters are there in 1 centimeter? Number 3, what unit of measurement is used for measuring distances? How many meters are there in a kilometer? Number 4, have you seen the sign 60 kph along the road? What does it mean? Okay, so feel free to answer this. Compare your answers with mine. So these are our answers. Number 1, smaller units of measurement that can be found on meter stick, ruler, or measuring tape are the millimeter and or centimeter. Number 2, there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. There are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. Number 3, the kilometer is used for measuring distances. 1 kilometer contains 1,100 meters. 100 meters. So for 60 kilometers, 60 kph means 60 kilometers per hour. So yan ang ibig sabihin ng kph. Is the speed limit for vehicles passing through the road. So let's remember, tandaan natin, the metric system is the measurement system used in the Philippines. Measurements in this system are in multiples of 10. There are also indigenous units of measurement, but these are not precise and are rarely accurate. Yun, indigenous units, yun na yung dangkal, dipa. So those are example. The base unit of length of the metric system is the meter.